Item 617. Temporary roadway illumination. 1. Description. Furnish and install temporary roadway illumination. 2. Materials. Furnish new or used materials that comply with the details shown on the plans, the requirements of this item, and the pertinent requirements of the following items, except for measurement and payment. Item 416, drilled shaft foundations. Item 610, roadway illumination assemblies. Item 613, high mast illumination poles. Item 614, high mast illumination assemblies. Item 618, conduit. Item 620, electrical conductors. Item 621, tray cable. Item 622, duct cable. Item 624, ground boxes. Item 627, treated timber poles. Item 628, electrical services. Provide utility-grade aluminum service drop cable consisting of one bare aluminum conductor, steel reinforced, ACSR, supporting two insulated conductors for overhead electrical work. Use materials provided by the department only in authorized locations on the contract for which the materials were intended. Materials furnished by the department and the location for pickup will be shown on the plans or as directed. 3. Construction. Perform work in accordance with the details shown on the plans, the NEC, the NESC, and the requirements of this item. Use established industry and utility safety practices when installing, relocating, or removing electrical and lighting equipment located near overhead or underground utilities. Consult with the appropriate utility before beginning work. Tension and sag overhead conductors with guys and anchors in accordance with utility distribution practices. Install conduit and electrical conductors, tray cable, or duct cable as shown on the plans. Install ground boxes as shown on the plans. Install electrical services as shown on the plans. Install concrete foundations as shown on the plans. Install roadway illumination assemblies, poles with luminaire arms and light fixtures, as shown on the plans. The engineer may shift the locations, within design guidelines, where necessary to secure a more desirable location or to avoid conflict with utilities. Use utility-grade materials for overhead electrical work. Maintain a minimum of 22 feet clearance above the roadway for overhead electrical work. Do not support overhead wiring with existing luminaire poles or breakaway luminaire poles. Operate and maintain the temporary illumination system. Relocate temporary illumination system as shown on the plans. Remove temporary illumination system when no longer needed. Remove abandoned concrete foundations to a point 2 feet below final grade. Backfill the hole with material equal in composition and density to the surrounding area. Replace surfacing material with similar material to an equivalent condition. Replace materials furnished by the department that are scarred, battered, broken, or lost. Replace damaged temporary illumination materials intended for permanent installation. Return all department-owned material not used during the contract upon completion of the work, in original condition, to the location from which the material was obtained, or as directed. 4. Measurement. This item will be measured by each roadway illumination assembly installed or relocated, or by the month the system once operated and maintained. 5. Payment. The work performed and materials furnished in accordance with this item and measured as provided under measurement will be paid for at the unit price bid for temporary roadway illumination of the type specified. This price is full compensation for installing, relocating, and removing illumination assemblies, temporary wiring, foundations and electrical services, and materials, equipment, labor, tools, and incidentals. Electrical energy consumed by the contractor on an existing department electrical service will be paid for by the department. Costs for utility-owned power line extensions, connection charges, meter charges, consumption charges, and other charges will be paid for by the department. The department will reimburse the contractor the amount billed by the utility plus an additional 5% of the invoice cost will be paid for labor, equipment, administrative costs, superintendents, and profit.